We all know about the hamster, Josh.
You pay for YouTube Premium?
You shagged his hamster there.
No.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
He told me about the hamster. And it went, the rumour went down.
Aye, the hamster died and some weird cunt in school said I shagged it.
People don't want it.
Allegedly.
Right, are we shooting?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Right, we'll start with offense. So,
They have to be dead first.
at any point, if I'm not making sense or you've got any questions, please just stop me and ask.
Does that make sense?
I know the drawers are bad on it. So, does everyone know our zone entry?
No, really.
Okay, right. So, we're going to have forward one, can be on either side, okay? But, just for argument's sake here, if we get like a rubber or something, because I don't want you to
There should be like some sort of. Is there any like blue roll or something?
Is that useful?
What is it?
Paper.
Shit. I have like a. I can go get an eraser.
Oh wait,
real quick.
Rogers, can you throw over your wrapper?
That bodes well. Get away.
Right. Okay, so forward one's going to have the puck because we obviously need to headman the puck. The furthest ahead forward needs to have it, otherwise we're going to be offside. Forward one, skate in, down the boards. That's going to commit their first D wide because they have to respect this forward as an option because they're carrying the puck in. If they don't, you can cut to the middle, shoot, score. Okay? Does that seem logical? Right. So this D will step out to this forward who's got the puck. Forward two on our team, hard as you can to the middle, because it forces their second D, who will normally be about here, to come across and take you as an option. Because if they don't, this guy's got the easiest pass ever there, and you just score. Like a tap in, genuinely. You're a bit too from the net. So, you skate as hard as you can to net. If this is an option, you can play it. If not, this is when our real strategy comes in. So our third forward, who I'll just draw here, is going to come in late, by which point these two D are committed. This guy's gone wide, this guy's gone to the net and occupied this D. So the third forward, because back checkers will be lazy, the third forward is wide open here and you can just knock it back to them and they can shoot or pass it off. Okay? So that's pretty much the basis of our zone entry. Everyone okay with that? Any questions?
That makes sense.
Rogers, you're looking a bit confused, so.
I'm just trying to look at that. How I get that.
Okay, and another thing to highlight, see when we're in the zone, our F3 will be here because they need to stay high in this space and that will confuse their D. Also, it means when we back check, we don't get caught out with the same system because our F3 can drop in on the back check and then we've got 3 people coming back. So it means we're not getting caught out with the high forward on our back check. Can you rub it, please?
Sure. And just another thing for the D is when you're coming forwards, obviously you delay, come back, and then in the end, you want to be on the 2 points here. So just in behind the F3 one, and then another one, just tracking and just shift across. But always watch for the high man because plenty of teams in this league, as we know, like to leave a high man up. And if that happens, D obviously stay with him. Don't let him fuck about back there by himself.
Josh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Thank you.
Well, let's look at snotters on it.
Only one.
Okay, so let me just think.
What if back checkers aren't lazy?
Yeah. Back checkers are always lazy. They're never as fast as the guys in the puck. So, yeah, our options. We don't need to overcomplicate it. We have a habit of really overcomplicating stuff. If you can take the space and go to the net, if you can beat the D, do it. Like, this is just something a bit more reliable and to give you options so that if we get stuck or if the D play it the right way, because if they take the 2 guys like I said they would, then they're playing it the right way, then it gives us an option for the third guy high. And then when we're in the zone, what we want is we want this F3 to stay high here. We'll just call him F1 at the net, and then we have an F2 can move about side to side because we'll just put them on this side. Alright, so actually we'll change that to F1. So, this is going to be our setup in the zone. Random D. So, obviously, guy on the net, just to screen the goalie and put pressure on the goalie, because it's not fun, is it, Craig? F3's high here because either one of their D will have to step off or one of their wingers will have to drop in, because each team is pretty much going to play the same type of D zone coverage as us, and even if they don't, it still works. So they'll have a winger on each point man, and then this guy here, either the centre has to pick him up, which occupies the centre and leaves this guy free, or one of the wingers will drop in and that leaves the D free. Because all we want to do is create overloads where we've got a 2v1 in situations, and then that's where we get our chances from. And then another way we can do that is cycling. So does everyone know what I mean by cycling? Yeah.
That's the D in the middle.
Kind of, yeah. So, to start it, say this guy's got the puck, carry it in, then this guy can peel off the net and come up here, or we can do the opposite. This guy can go low, this guy can put it around the boards. So what we want is, ideally, if these two guys are passing it, say he plays it down there, and he carries it up the boards, they'll switch. Obviously stay in front and shield the puck, but we want their D to step off the net and commit and try and go for it. So we want them to be confused and think, oh shit, I need to stop that. Their D steps in, and as soon as they come off the net, this guy can skate in, or one of these guys can peel off and go to the net, and then we've got an easy pass for a shot. Okay? So it works the same on either side. And the important thing with cycling is we need to be patient. Don't just make one pass and then launch it to the net. We might need to make 3 or 4 or 5. Like, I once played against a team that took 29 goals off us because they just passed it around and around and around. Make 5 or 6 passes. They'd maybe go up to the D, or the D would drop in. Even the forward could skate high, drop it to the D. D can carry it in, and then that forces the winger and the D to get confused, and they don't know who to go with. And then as soon as we've confused them and they've lost a man, we can just find the empty space and create a chance. Okay? Any issues with that or questions?
And just for defending that, obviously, as Preston's saying, this D-man's going to get confused. What our D-man needs to do is, when other teams do this on us, don't get confused. So we want one D, obviously.
Do you want the bar?
Yes, please. Thank you. So obviously you want one D if they are, just say they're here. You want one D if they're playing it like that. One D come in, just follow it round. Centre probably is going to be following and just covering you at the back. Just keep them. Obviously, don't both overcommit. No one should be overcommitting here really, but they're going to keep doing this, and all you need to do is just keep cycling with them. So centre just keep covering, make sure they can't put it back across, because at the end of the day, the main goal here is not to let them get the puck into this zone with a man.
They're not going to score from the corner.
So if we can keep them in the corner, in the end they're going to make a mistake, and yeah, we take it, we're up the other end of the ice. Easy days.
So the only other offensive zone thing I want to cover briefly is our forecheck. So we've got a couple we're going to use depending on the situation. So normally what we'll start with is something a bit more conservative, which is a 1-2-2, and then we'll also, if we can go for it, we'll go to a 2-1-2. So the 1-2-2, we'll just say this is their D, this guy's got the puck. So F1 will go down the wall hard at the D and pressure. They try and force the D to either play it behind the net or launch it across the middle, which is the pass we really want, because if they play it across the middle we can take it. F2 is just going to stay high here, and then our F3 is literally going to sit up here with our D as like a third D essentially. So F2, you're in the middle, just cutting it out once F1 forces. If it goes this side, F2 can go and F1 can come back up here and take F2's spot. So we've only ever got one person, one forward pressing hard. The other one's cutting out the lanes in the middle, because if they make that pass across the middle, we should get it and we should score. If they force it up the boards, fine, our D pick it up, they just step in. If they put it right around, our D or another forward can pick it up on the boards on the far side. And then everyone okay with that first?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions? And then the other one, so if we're being a bit more aggressive, and we go 2-1-2, so same thing again, we'll say that D. So F1 does the exact same thing, forces down the boards, but F2 is going to drop into the middle and can either take them behind the net, take them here, but we want to force them. We want the D to look up, think, I can't play it down that wall, my winger's taken, have to turn back and go behind the net. So either they'll rim it, and in which case we pick it up on this boards, pressure this guy, or get to this D first if he tries to pick it up, or we can beat him behind the net if he skates with it, and then that's where we stop them. These two forwards go hard on it, win it, and then F3 will sit high in the slot, because if we win it and we create the turnover, we can just knock it to F3 and they can shoot. And then our D are just the usual sort of spot. So that's a bit more aggressive, that option. We might do that if we're losing, or if the team aren't that good and we can afford to go for it. And then the only other thing I can think of we might use is man-to-man, but that's as it sounds. So each player just has one player, and you just cover them like man marking. So that's pretty much it for offense.
Do you have any like face-off setups you wanna?
For offensive zone,
Yeah.
I wouldn't really bother that much. I'll do it in content. So we'll have centre, winger, D over here a wee bit. So like not on the boards, but kind of more towards the middle. This D more towards there. So ideally our centre wins it clean back to one of our D. If not, that's fine. This winger ideally would be the one to step in and pick it up, because then they've got a better line to the net, but it doesn't really matter. So this winger will have, and don't worry, you're not going to get an interference penalty for any of this. No, wait. Is that right? No, I haven't run 2D.
You want
The winger on the left side.
so you want D wing, D, yeah, that one. Here, and that's one. You'd always have one D on the inside towards the net.
Alright. Okay, so that's probably, so the red are the defensive team, so that's our opponents. That's generally how they'll set up. They'll win it back to this D. These guys are here to jump in. So what this winger will do is come out here, and this winger will come out here. So our responsibility is this guy, get in their road. If you just stand there and stand your ground and make it take a couple more seconds, you're not going to get a penalty. Equally, this guy did the same thing, because we don't want them getting out to our D and covering it, or even worse, if the puck's loose, getting it and then getting a step on our D and getting a rush. Really, that's the only thing. Centres, you can do your own thing. D, if you get it, obviously you can shoot through traffic or do whatever, but that's where a bit of creativity comes into play. But yeah, for offensive zone face-offs, that's really the only thing. The only other thing we can do is drop a winger behind the centre, but really we don't do that if we're confident the centre's going to win the face-off,
Right.
and we want to try and get
Only
the
thing
shot
we never
straight.
really do that maybe on a power play,
Yeah,
when that
exactly.
winger's not going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, if the centers know that they're consistently beating another center, then we could set up like that.
Yeah, but yeah, as Josh said, it's more a power play thing, and the power play we will change a lot of stuff compared to this, but we don't need to really worry about that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for offense.
Yes, Craig?
What about what your offense is doing on a breakout? Get back up.
Right, break it.
Didn't even think about our zone. Okay. This another like 20-minute rant. Thanks, Craig. You're welcome, everyone. So, our zone, right. Wait. So, everyone knows how like a stamp. Are you still discussing that?
You just gave it a nose. Sorry.
A nose.
And who's by
The
your
L,
tits?
the L, is it an L? I don't know.
The C?
The C
Yeah.
is the nose now. The eyes are the. How
Oh,
is
right.
the
Oh,
nose?
see-
Oh,
oh, see, eyes.
No,
Eyes,
no,
eyes.
no, no.
Oh, is that like Oh, I see it now. Right.
Okay,
Back to it anyway.
I've totally lost my
Like, we're breaking out.
Right. So, save it. Then Steven's got the puck. We've got options, so we can go. Can everyone see it? So we can go near side, short side, same side, quick up, whatever. There's different names for it. This centre swings gets it. We can go. I'm just getting rid of the circle. Does that help? If I get rid of one of the eyes, does that make it worse?
You need a minute.
Oh my god. Right, the eyes are going.
We need the face off dots.
No, we don't.
Have a dot.
The eyes are going.
Right face off dot.
I'm not right, face off though. Okay, we can also go, if this winger's covered, we can go centre swings in, go centre breakout, they can go to the winger, or if they've got space, they can just turn and carry it. Ideally, we want the puck going down the boards, so the safe areas in our zone are in the corners or on the boards. So if we have to force it out, force it up the boards, and ideally we want, when we break with the puck, we want to be carrying it up the wall so that we can go into our zone entry that we covered earlier. Other options for the D, if you've got the puck, you can go D to D, either off the boards or directly. You can go wheel where you just skate around. You can carry it or you can play it off at that point. You can wait and let the centre swing, so just hold on to it behind the net or something. He comes and takes it. This is, as I say, where you get to be creative and think up stuff. The only other one we might use is a reverse. So this guy will have the puck, skate behind, knock it off to this D, and they come and take it. But that's really the only other one we might use. Unless, do you think there's anything?
The only other thing I could say is, so if we're gonna have, we'll use two. So
Wait,
if
Josh,
we're gonna-
can you move a little bit that way so I could?
Yeah, sure. So if the D's gonna come round the back, you've got a forward coming on you there. All you can do, turn round. They're probably gonna have another forward coming in here. What you need here, winger get low, and then wait for him. Wait till he's about to hit you. Just fire off the boards right round to this winger. They've got two guys who are suddenly taking out the game because they're tracking you behind the net, and we're up the ice. Centre should look round. Easy days. We're up the ice as well. So
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Because some people went to Leeds and got beat 18-0. We won't mention names. Teams are going to think we're shite and will come after us and try and go for us. They're going to use it at least a two-man forecheck. So be prepared to get pressured. You will get hit. It's checking.
doesn't help that much.
No.
It's a hit.
Yeah, exactly. You can send a guy flying. So yeah, invite the pressure, because if two of them dive in and get caught below our goal line, then if we break, we're away. Because we'll be at
We're
least.
suddenly at 5-on-3.
Yeah, we're at least.
4-on-3, but aye.
Yeah, 4-on-3, if not 5. So, yeah, it's just about creating that mismatch again.
Yeah. Don't go out there to dodge a hit, because if you take a hit, you've suddenly taken another guy out of the game.
Exactly. So as I say, if their forwards get caught below the goal line and we've moved the puck, they're not getting back.
And also, I mean, if you don't have a play, you could always just eat it in the corners, and
Yeah.
you could even
Just
get
if you
a
do that.
whistle that way.
If you do that, just make sure you win it, obviously.
Yeah, or we can even go D. If you're really stuck, you can go off the boards or off the glass.
Yeah.
And wingers, keep your head up, because D will step up and centres will come across. An opportunistic centre will see you head down on the boards, just come along and have you. So head up. If you know you're going to get flattened, just take the touch, get rid of it, accept you're going to get hit because it will happen. Everyone's going to get hit
Do,
at some point.
do it quick enough, take the hit, and you might get an interference penalty.
Yeah, exactly. But just be aware. If you've got time, don't. That doesn't mean just launch it. If you've got time, take time. It's just about being aware, because at this level you need to get your head up and scan before you get the puck. So I think that's kind of it for breakouts.
What if
Oh yeah. Alright, just so like the wingers and centre, well I say like as if they're fucking here, but they're not. But if they're watching, right, let's just say that the other team like have dumped it from like, it's not an icing, but
Okay.
they've dumped it into our zone. They're going for a change, right? And RD have like picked it up behind the net.
Yeah.
Just show like what the wingers and centre, like what movement, if they're also coming back from the centre circle,
Mhm.
where they want to skate to like show the opportunity for D to pass it out,
Okay.
right?
So they've like dumped
So
it,
yeah,
all
they've
five
just
have
dumped
changed.
it. They've
Right.
just changed. We've just
Okay.
got open ice. This is like the general like movement. That
Okay, this is where Matthew Preston is a lazy, greedy bastard. So I'm doing an M for myself. Say their bench is here, right? We want a guy on the far side because they obviously need to come across. So at least one person far blue line, and D, if there's no pressure, no one coming out, you can make that pass, you can launch it.
Okay, that's not exactly what I was thinking. I just want you to like, in theory, just show like what the wingers should like, what them where you want them to go, right? Because you want them to like swing in and like have an option for the D to pass it out, right? But just saying like, well, stand on the boards, like
Okay.
sometimes if they just stand on the boards, that and like the pass gets cut off in front of them, then it's like three of their people just on our net,
Yeah.
and there's no one to like pressure their wings.
Okay, so ideally, as Craig says, you want to actually swing. So turn towards the boards, don't turn towards the middle. Two reasons don't turn towards the middle. Number one, if you lose the puck, it's in a more dangerous place. Are you okay? Number two, you're going to get smoked because they've got way more guys in the middle because teams will fill the middle. They don't care about the outside as much. So turn towards the boards. D, if you can step off and make this pass, make that pass, and you've got your feet moving. You can either knock it by, knock it to the centre. That's what we want.
Still like the squeak.
That's not Matthew anymore.
It sounded like it came from behind.
No, it's not Matthew. Matthew doesn't play well. Yeah, ideally you want to get it feet moving. You can knock it into centre, but if you get your feet moving, what this D is going to do is it forces him into a decision. So either he'll try and stand you up on the boards, which is most likely, or they back off. If they back off, run at them. Just go, take them, you'll beat them. If they step up, you can either knock it by and try and get by them, or just accept you're going to get the hit, knock it by, and centre or one of the wingers will come across and take it. But the good part about that is, then you get
2-on-1?
2-on-1 going that way. So sometimes, especially at this level, you're going to need to like take a hit.
Take it to make a
yourself.
play, exactly.
So you might need to, not do something too nice or get hit or just make a like what you think's a rubbish pass, but it helps other guys. And as I say, you're not going to care if you get hit if we score.
But what if it's boring? It sounds terrifying.
Well, it's not. Look how much pad, like how much pad.
If you're terrified of it, then yeah.
It's not terrifying. It's uni
Trust me.
hockey. No one's going to hit you.
Trust me, if you're playing check-in, you're signing up to get hit. So,
There's barely even anyone over 6 foot, and if they are, they can't skate.
and you're playing uni hockey, realistic, you're not getting hit that hard.
I'm 5'7", everyone's tall to me.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, our wingers, you don't stand static on the boards, as Craig mentioned. If the D's not got an option, you can drop in, and then in our own zone, which we'll talk about in a bit, or next, you'll probably be high here, covering their D. So you'll be in front of their D. The important thing is beat their D to the puck out wide. So if it comes, say it breaks around the boards, say our D's won it in the corner, it might just break around the boards here. You need to get in front of that. You can either chip it out, or if the centre comes, oh my goodness, can't even write it. You can knock it into the middle. And then far side winger, we're just drawing the puck on this side for argument's sake. If you see it and you think it's going, but like it's important we don't leave the zone too early. Don't go flying out and you're up here and we're still here, because then we're 5-on-4. But if you see the puck go and you think you can go, you'll have come down these boards, turned, and you can go. That gives us an outlet pass there. Or if, as I say, we create that 2-on-1, you're both going full head of steam on this 1D who's going to be absolutely cacking up trousers.
So yeah, the far side winger doesn't go, like, they swing in towards the centre rather than, like, if the puck's on the other side, they're swinging towards the centre. Because otherwise they're just taking themselves out of the play by going towards the boards.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
The only time you might do it is if you think the D is gonna stretch it across like that, which is a very risky one, so we probably won't do it much.
Never fucking do that.
The only time you might do it is if you come down and button hook, because that's quicker and it doesn't give this D as much time to step on. So you'll be closer to the boards, you'll have turned quicker, and then it's a wider pass rather than passing it into the middle. But as I say, it's such a risky one that we won't do it.
But that D could also just rim it around the boards to that winger if he sees open space.
Yep.
Too, yeah.
They could, yeah.
Although I'd say, generally, as a rule, try and avoid running the puck.
Yeah.
That is going to take, because you think about how that's going to take time to actually get round to that man. That time,
Yeah.
anything can happen. Your centre could step in,
Yeah.
winger could step
And
in.
good teams want you to run the puck because we're not in possession, and they'll just wait for it to get to that winger. As soon as it's on his stick, one
Yeah.
guy will tie him up or hit him, and then the other guy takes the puck and
Yeah.
turned over possession.
If you've
But yeah,
got the puck on your stick, you've got 100% chance of keeping it, you know what I mean? Until someone
I'd
pressures
say-
you. If you rim it, you're suddenly opening up a battle, which is 50%, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd
Very
say
true.
rimming it is an option, obviously, and if there's no pressure, rimming it's fine. But generally, I'd say as a last resort, if we can make a straight pass, just make the
Yeah.
pass.
But please don't make it right across the front of your goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and equally, see if you're stuck, you can just all launch it like twice
Yep,
the height of the
exactly.
ceiling, or
And then-
launch it off the boards.
We've
It's a-
almost scored some own goals playing that pass across the
Yeah.
front.
Yeah.
Don't make the like Hollywood pass unless you're.
The only time you do that is if you're not getting any fucking pressure. You're all skating backwards, just do it like that, and it
Yeah,
should only be
of course.
D2D. You should never start fucking
Yeah.
flying up the ice like that.
Freezing, yeah.
Don't make it unless you're like 100%.
Wait, what?
General rule of defence is keep it away from the front of your goalie.
Yeah, right. I think that's it.
What,
For,
one more is break out from a defensive zone face off if we get possession.
Which one of us?
Wait, what did you say, sorry?
Not quite.
Break out from defensive zone if we get possession, if we win the face off. I think that's a good,
No.
just don't worry about it. I'll throw it away after.
Cheers.
Yes, yes.
I'll send you your snaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to open those too.
Yeah. Anyone want a snack?
Yes.
Yeah, bring them over.
oh my god.
Survivor back
We went
there.
M&S? Oh wait. Are they the white chocolate ones? Oh my fucking god. Oh.
Having a break.
They're actually so good.
What is that?
Has anyone watched it?
What type of
Live-
biscuit?
Well, not live streaming. I'm just recording it.
Ah, okay.
So we'll put up and we'll send it to everybody.
Still 1-0.
Vegetarian.
Fucking shit.
Wonder what Ramos did.
No, why you take Campbell off, man? What's that?
Why's he taking cap? Who's he brought him off for?
Yeah, lost my cousin, doesn't he?
All of the cousins.
Right. So.
Feels like a
Wait, Josh, you're in the way.
Huh?
You're in the way if he's.
Sorry.
Okay. So this is how we set up in our zone. Identical to in the offensive zone. So we're the goalie team. And if we win it, ideally win it back to this D. That gives us options. We want this winger to get wide this winger to stay on the boards here, and this D you just drop back into position. Centre, you're going to swing, so communicate with your D. If you get the opportunity, you can go near side, you can go round behind the net to this D, you can rim it hard to this winger, and then the centre can either swing there or swing there. Equally, if we've got pressure, you can just launch it out.
Thank you.
Let me think about
What I usually do in this is I just grab it. You see, I just grab it, take it behind the net, let it get set up in front, and then just play it out. That's what I usually do here.
But the important thing is we need width. So we need these two wingers. Obviously, when you're on one side, it'll be easier than the other. But also, you need to get high. You need to get onto these point men. So depending on whether we win it or not, but you need to get up. And then if we win the puck and you see we won it, then especially this guy, get wide, because number one, it gives us space for this pass. Number two, so if we need to play it across, it gives you space. If we rim it, it gives you space, or you're on the boards, I should say, and it also drags this D across, so it commits him. It gives us more space into the middle. Anything else or any questions on any of that?
No, makes sense.
Nothing. Okay, job done. Josh,
On top, blocks.
you said that with Alex and your big guy, man.
We'll do special teams. Well, can I do a blocks at least? Okay. In fact, do you want me to do what else do you need to do?
D-zone.
D-zone and defensive. Right, okay. Get my circles back.
This is great. I agree. I'm glad
Okay,
I came.
so-
Good.
Defensive zone. So obviously, normal setup here is I'll do red and blue. So red the other team. They're gonna have D. It probably depends where the puck is, to be honest. Let's say it's in this corner, for example. Forward on the puck, they're probably going to be cycling it forward here and then forward high. So what we want to do is, as we know, forwards covering the wingers. Always use your points to attack. That one will be over here actually, if our puck's on that side. So D here. Okay, so forwards always covering the points of attack here, the D ring. We're going to have a D-man always on the net. We're going to have D-man tracking the puck here. And we're going to have a centre backing up in the middle, so covering any passes which might come across the front of the net, and any passes which might in it, and then if this comes back in here, just support the D-man, just making sure that they can never outnumber us basically. Yeah. If this shifts across here, so puck comes across here, this all just shifts, so D-man, this man just comes out here, this forward's going to come here, centre backs up, D-man on goal, shift across. And then, yeah, this centre's always going to cover, always, obviously, make sure always one D-man is covering the net, because at the end of the day, this zone here, in front of the goal, that is where they're going to score from. So anything out here, Craig, you should have it covered. Anything in here, we're leaving our goalie hung out to dry. So always keep the pressure on.
Why cover the net doesn't mean stand in front of me.
No,
It
that means be
Stop
mobile.
a pass going behind me.
That means be mobile, watch the man in front of the net, don't leave a man unmarked in front of the net. And yeah, pretty much, you know, once you get in the situation, it's pretty simple. Just stay on him, stay on your man, pretty much in front of the net.
Yeah, when you're battling in front of the net, make sure you take their stick.
Yeah, definitely. And this centre,
Take it.
this centre, yeah,
Just take this.
just fucking take it off. Just get the puck and fucking go up the other end. That's what I say. But
It's mine now. I want to.
anyway, so always it's going to shift across here. If it comes in front of the net, then this is your priority. Fuck everything else. Get on, everyone. D-man centre, get on the net. Another D-man get on the net. Get it the fuck away from there, and then we can reset. Easy days, happy, and protect the goalie as well, obviously, because if he's getting fucked about, then you know we stand no fucking chance basically. Anyway, next one. Is that, do you think everyone's in defensive position?
Preston doesn't listen to a fucking.
Sorry, I
I
was
noticed.
busy.
I noticed.
I was sorting registration stuff. What did you do there?
You do it again.
No, just explain it in
Right, so
terminology.
how we set up, so D-man, centre, forward,
Yeah, right.
shift across.
Okay, box plus one, that's fine.
Yeah, box plus domino 5.
Oh, you're firing the dice, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Domino
what
5.
does that look like?
Nah, like. Anyway, that's what we're playing. Yeah,
Okay.
box.
Yeah, you can
So-
do box for PK.
PK time. Can I use this one?
Penalty kill for anyone who doesn't.
Can you help me out here? How did forward set up on a power play?
Penalty kill.
Power play.
Yeah. Because I never usually pay attention.
We're just the umbrella. Just around it. So,
Do you understand what I just put on there firstly? Okay, where's the fuck of this?
actually, and I'm right in D. Most teams will play 4 forwards and 1 D in the power play. And we'll play 1 D high. So this guy will shift across and just do the D at the point, and either of these guys out wide will come up high. But we'll just say, for instance, the puck is on this guy's stick,
Right.
and these guys will be here.
So, first thing to remember, anytime we're short on numbers, Rogers.
Rangers just scored.
Okay, nice one.
Cousin.
Yeah, beauty.
Yeah, beauty.
No, that's somebody's, honestly, why that question, this guy, fuck can't really shite.
Why's it
No,
not?
like,
What's the money up? Anyway, video.
Nobody here is allergic to nuts,
Right.
right?
So, Puck's
Nobody
here.
here is allergic to nuts, right?
Not yet.
Right, okay. So,
Huh?
do we, firstly,
Everybody's fine now.
Well, you know.
the first thing to remember, on a penalty kill, don't overcommit. That's because, at the end of the day, we've got less guys. We don't want to even make it even more less guys, because as soon as you commit to them, they're just going to play it around you. You've got man in the point, the man in front of the goal. Either of them's uncovered if you commit. So never do that. So what we're going to usually have is, if puck's here, we're going to have D-man here, forward here, D-man here, forward here, and we're going to create a box which is going to cover any try and cover as much as we can the passes across here, the passes up there, and keep them in this section of the ice. So as much as possible, keep them wide. Don't give them space in here, because as I said, that's where they're going to score from. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, because that's the thing. They can have the puck out wide as much as they like. They're not really a threat there. Craig's good enough, he'll save shots from there, and they won't be good shots. What they really want, or actually I'm going to go with this for, what I would look for on the power play is you want what's called a cross seam pass, which is where you'll have this guy and this guy. This guy's got the puck, so you've committed the goalie on this side, and then you can get the puck right across, and this guy can hit a one-timer or step in and shoot. That's the dangerous pass.
So why we need this forward here?
Exactly. We want to deny them the middle. Outside possession doesn't matter. They can pass around the corners for 2 minutes.
As much as we can, that pass across there should not be covered by D-men, because the D-men should be staying pretty low at all times. So this pass should be covered by the forwards. Forwards, don't be afraid, come as deep as possible, because at the end of the day, we're not going to, unless we get a breakaway, we're not scoring on a power play. We're not going to have attacking possession. So always keep these lanes, forwards come as deep as possible, just make sure you're not leaving guys with acres of space up here. So yeah, and then say the puck comes across here, they're going to move everything back there. So all we need to do is just shift this box across. So this guy comes here, this guy comes here, this guy comes here, this guy comes here. Don't start trying to man mark on a when we're killing a penalty, because all you're going to do, if you're man marking, one guy gets left open, the puck goes straight to them, you're going straight to them, he passes it to the next guy who you've just left free behind you, and in the end they put it in the goal. Easy days.
Don't overcommit to the high guy, or what you call it, the quarterback, like the point guy. Don't overcommit. He's just trying to pull you out of position or get you in the lane to shoot. Just stay between him and the net. If you need to block it, block it. If not, and you see him going to shoot, get out of the road so Craig can see.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But don't go in half-hearted, get in Craig's road and then move out of the way, and then he doesn't see it coming. Because that's when it gets tricky.
And it goes without saying, the best way to defend a penalty kill is not getting the penalties in the first place.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know we didn't actually spend half the game
So
on
well,
a,
Kelvin.
we actually, but we had 32 penalty minutes last game. Like we spent a whole period with a man down.
Yeah.
So
You know, let's
appreciate his
not
chances and
fucking
stuff.
do that
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Let's not.
But yeah, and then back to forward. And then say it comes to a corner. There, I'll use this one. Let me just draw this all out again.
Can you say to Josh, maybe we should get a coach? Sorry, I was making
Yeah, no,
fun.
I'm listening. I'm listening. So yeah, so they're gonna puck's in the corner. Doggy, oh doggy puck. There you go. Shut up. Puck's in the corner. They have guys here. To correct me if I'm ever wrong here, because I don't really pay attention to where the forwards are that much. But they're gonna be here, like that. And our guys, again, just move in here. Again, cover the net, because that's our main priority, is that zone here. Forward here, and forward here. Box, again, and just always hold this box. And, you know, all that does there means this pass here is covered. They're going to have to, going up there, forward can jump in, knock out the zone. And, yeah, make sure they can't get a pass right in front of here, because this D-man and this D-man should be covering that. And yeah, as soon as, and if they do that, just be patient. That's the main thing you can do on a penalty kill. Be patient, let them make a mistake. As soon as they make, keep watching, keep aware. As soon as they make that mistake, jump in, and don't fuck about. As soon as they get in, there's no icing on a penalty kill, fucking bang, away it goes.
Nothing annoys a team more than a short-handed goal.
Yeah. No, well, yeah.
You feel like absolute clowns.
yeah, you can
Yeah,
say
exactly.
that.
But what that doesn't mean is don't overcommit when we're starting pressing. So say we get it up the ice, they're gonna break out. If one of their D-men's been that arsed enough to get back, forward on here. So realistically, we should only have one man forechecking.
Passive, yeah, not
Yeah.
even going for it.
We want to hold a forward hanging high, and we want to hold our 2D nowhere near that fucking zone. Because if we do that, we're
Yeah.
already overcommitted, and they can just play around us. Happy days, right? So yeah, just keep this triangle back here. When they play it out, hold a shape, just forward track. They'll play it up, whatever they fucking do. We've been over it. You know how to defend that. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say forward, just be passive and be in the middle.
Yeah.
It forces them to pick a side, and then it's much easier to defend.
Yeah. If this
Because
guy's
if they're going down one side, they're forced.
If this guy's got the puck, don't go flying in trying to fucking hit him, because one, you're probably going to do there is get yourself a charging penalty. Two, what you're going to do there is they're just going to knock it off the board around you. This guy's got it, you're out to play, and we're a 5-on-3 against us. Easy days. So yeah, don't do that. Yeah, I think that's penalty kill covered.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to cover? Any suggestions?
I don't know. I think our power play, our power play, so.
Yeah.
And half our power play isn't here.
2-on-1 or something. Attacking and defending.
Do you want to attack? I'll do defend.
Sounds good.
Up you come.
Right.
Actually, looks quite neat, doesn't it? Thanks.
6 miles or something. Okay, so a 2-on-1 is pretty simple. So we'll just say this guy's got the puck. So what we want to do, if if we can just, if you've got the puck and you've done that D for pace or whatever, just go by him. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't try and pass it if you don't need to, because we're just adding risk there. So, number one option, if you can beat him with pace, beat him with pace. Number two, carry it wide enough that you're away from the D and you're creating space for this forward, but not too wide, because if you carry it here, you're not a threat. You need to make yourself a scoring threat. You need to think, how am I going to force the forward and goalie to respect me as an option? So carry it in here, and this guy, you can either go, this D will be backing up, trying to stay in between. You can either go hard to the net and hit him like that. You can go, you drive, that D will then have to go with you, and this guy can come late, you can knock it back. And then you can go close skate in if you're going at the same speed. The D will back up, be in the middle. D are taught to take the pass, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. You can tell I've never played D. So they want the goalie to have the shot. If you feel like you can beat the goalie, shoot. If you're a greedy bastard like me, shoot. The pass, generally, the closer you get to the net, in my opinion, the bigger the risk the pass becomes, because it's a much harder pass to make. You've got less time, and if you're saucering it or something, or getting it through the D, you've got like a less space and less time to do it, and a less time for the other forward to react. Generally, if you're going to pass, make the pass early, because unless it's like a sitter and you can like get a tap in or whatever, but yeah, don't like try and put it across at the last second, because by that point the D and the goalie have played you out of it. Sorry.
Well, one thing that you could kind of do, sort of as a pass, is if you are low and you realize you're not going to be the goalie, shoot it low, try to get it off his pads.
Yeah. And then equally, you can have this guy drive, and this guy sort of like cut back or stop, and then you can play it through the D or behind the D as well as another option. But these are kind of the situations where, like the stage we're at now and the level we're playing at, you should be able to think for yourself a wee bit. Like, we can give you some ideas and some structure, but in these situations, like, that's where you say, okay, right, I'm going to try this, or I think this will work, or whatever. Not every play is going to work, doesn't matter. You know,
You're not gonna fuck up and concede a goal at the end of the ice.
Yeah, but you know, see, if we did these things right, we'd score 50 a game. And doesn't happen, does it? So, well, except last season. yeah, that's the thing. You know, guys are going to be smarter. Don't overcomplicate it is the main thing for me. You know, trying to do stuff we've seen on the telly or whatever. It's on the telly for a reason. You're playing uni hockey in Scotland for a reason.
You're not fucking NHL players, don't try and be it. That's,
Yeah, pretty much. You know, do what you know you're capable of.
What Dave was saying though, if you're not confident enough in your shot that you're going to beat the goalie, aim for the low far side, because if you've got someone coming in at the back post, that low far side, maybe half the time it's gonna take a bounce off the pad into a good area for your second forward to get. And you don't have to have a hard shot or an accurate shot or anything particular to make that bounce pass off the pads. Just literally just source it out.
Yeah.
Slide it.
That's the other thing, we need to be first to it when we do that.
Yeah.
We need to be aggressive. See the goalie, doesn't matter if you go up, just go in and clatter him. Go and win the puck.
Yep.
Like if it's a loose, if it's there to be won, go for it.
But if someone does that the other end,
Flatten them.
fucking beautiful.
And if you do it, probably expect to be flattened. Don't fight, don't take a stupid penalty. Because if you fight, you'll get banned for the whole season.
do you?
Pretty much.
I thought it was like, they're doing points now, see, but don't fight anyway, but yeah, they
What if we
do.
do it in the last game?
What?
What if we do it in the last game? How
Good enough. You'll get banned for the next season, but if
And
you're
you'll
not
get
winning
banned
again,
for
don't
that.
worry.
So,
Fight in the last game of Nash.
yeah.
Fight in the last
Fuck
game
it.
of Nash.
If it's your last year, definitely.
It'll be the time.
I don't know. Yeah, get us drawn against the team you don't like.
Right.
Or you don't like.
Are we defending?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so now that's us attacked to 2-on-1. Now let's defend that. So they're going to come in. They're trying to do 2 pens here, but let's see how this goes. So they're gonna. No, I'm not doing that. They're gonna come in. First goal for us is get yourself in between them, and slowly as they come in, close the distance on them, and angle them wide. So what you want to do is put your body on the line, because at the end of the day, if that puck gets past you, no matter what you've done, you're doing fuck all once that's past you. So put your body on the line, make sure that pass doesn't get across to this forward who's banging in here. Just angle them out wide as much as possible. Ideally, once they get to about here, take them into the boards. Again, don't make sure, but one of your ideal things on a 2-on-1 is just delay the forwards. Delay them getting this pass across, make them think they can't make it, because if they don't think they can make it, they're not going to do it. So keep that, delay them. Ideally, your other D man should be busting his arse and getting back and covering that forward. And by that point, you've got 2-on-2, and if they play it round you, it's covered. But if you've got him, you've angled him in here, you take the guy, suddenly we've stopped the play completely, and then we get set, we play the defensive out. Defending 2-on-1 ain't that fucking hard. If they get past you, quick pivot, and while they're coming around here, again, stop this pass, get across, get that stick out, do whatever you can. Just make sure that puck doesn't get to that man on that back post, pretty much. That's the best bit of advice I can give you with that. Very easy. Any questions? No? Is that us? Covered?
I think so.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Don't get anything else done?
Any questions, any queries, any concerns about anything? Mate, I've been doing education. Nothing?
He's a uni student.
Right. Everyone, thank
Right.
you for coming. It's been fun having you, and see you tomorrow night.
All
If
right.
you're coming, if not, we'll see you Monday.
Bruce first time.